Welcome to the
Not So Perfect podcast.
I am Gerardo Cornejo,
And I am Matt Chinn.
and we've been working on this project for a little bit, and I think we're ready. We're ready now to go live to the world.
Our feet are wet.
Yeah, are you ready for 1 million subscribers?
We're ready to start swimming.
Ready for 1 million subscribers?
Starting the baby pool first. Baby pool first, then we'll work to the high
We're on
dive.
our way to 5. We'll get our first 5. No, thank you for joining us. This is where me and Matt just discuss the week, discuss what's going on, and how we're living life not so perfectly, but we're fucking trying.
That's the key word, trying. Mm-hmm. Got to show up, got to try, and we got to be honest.
Yes,
with
sir.
Ourselves and others.
Yeah, and this is just conversations we've had back and forth for over a year, a couple years now.
Couple of years at least, yeah.
Yeah, a couple years now. And Matt runs Downtown Fitness here in the McCarty Landing with the Cornejo Group, also in this building.
That's right.
And shout out to all our other businesses here in our little small community.
I think they've been all a sponsor so far, right?
Yeah. We'll send them the bill for the sponsorship.
Yeah, we'll see how that goes.
How's it going, Matt?
It's been going pretty good. Today we got a wild one out there, huh?
Yeah, windy, cold, and it's March.
Yeah, and by windy, we're not talking like a breezy 10, 15 miles an hour. There's up to 48 mile an hour gusts I saw.
With 30-degree temperatures and woke up to snow. So.
Yeah, and a steady 25 mile an hour just push.
And in Missouri tradition, it'll be 70 degrees on Monday and Tuesday and Wednesday next week. So
yeah,
it's not so perfect today, but we got something to look forward to.
Not so perfect, but that doesn't mean we stop working.
Awesome. We trained yesterday. I'm Matt's newest client, and we did a little boxing.
Did an introductory to boxing training. How you feeling?
I almost said delicious.
Delicious. Well,
I feel great. I a lot of respect to the boxers now. I didn't think it was. There's way more. There's way up here.
The key thing to remember is you're never done.
You're never done.
You're never gonna know it all.
Nope.
So if you know that going in, it's easy to keep learning.
So do I have a career in boxing? Is there hope?
I think your real estate empire will probably be your top priority, given your age. And the fact you have family at home. I don't think this has been discussed with them.
40 plus boxing don't exist.
I'm not even gonna get on that train with Stacy calling me later on, being like, "So one boxing lesson, and he's looking for fights." What? No. So what? So I'll say honestly, like usually with like people that do like a boxing workout, like strictly boxing. A lot of people they're thinking they can do an hour. They're thinking they can do, they're not going to have any setbacks or letdowns. And to be honest, like most of my strictly boxing clients, they don't make it past like the 30-minute mark because it's, as you found out, it's exhausting.
Yes. Yep. I didn't think I'd be sweating that much, but
Gerardo pushed through. We did closer to like probably 50 minutes. Mm-hmm. And yeah, he was still fresh at the end.
So that's just one of the classes you offer.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yep. So this is that's not a class that I teach. It's just individual one-on-one training. In this aspect.
That's what I meant. So yeah.
A class would be multiple people.
Part of your training.
Multiple people. But So what we're doing is just one-on-one personal training with an emphasis on boxing.
Mm-hmm. And you're still taking on one-on-one clients.
One-on-ones, groups, everything. Yeah.
Okay.
Yep. I got like 3 or 4 new ones this week. So now I just got to try and make room for more appointments.
Okay.
Good problem to have.
Yes, we're growing, building.
Yep. So what I have found though too is like in the past compared to now, I would be, if I don't necessarily have a spot right now for somebody or the time that they're specifically wanting, it kind of put me in a bit of a mental kind of tug of war with myself, feeling like you got to fit everybody in. But the good thing about running my own business is I can decide what hours I want to work. And, so if I need to work later, which I talked to you this week, I've got a couple later nights this week just to get everybody in. So I don't have to, battle that this time around, which is pretty nice because in the past it's always been kind of a mental stressor on me trying to figure out how the puzzle's going to fit together. But it's just going to work itself out.
You make it work.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Yep. And I'm sure your clients are very appreciative of the hours you give them.
Well, and they work with me, They do some things for me if I need to, move a day or move somebody to a different time or, turn a one-on-one into a group. Like everybody's very very open to that, which makes my job a little bit easier.
Yes.
But it also saves them some money. So there is a perk to doing a group versus one-on-one. So
save and improve.
Yep. So everybody wins hopefully in the end. But how about you? How's your guys' week been going on the real estate side?
Real estate side, we are killing it this year.
Your sister.
Linda, shout out to Linda Cornejo.
Linda.
Had to redo surgery, but between Sunday and yesterday, she sold 3 homes.
Can't stop Linda.
Can't stop Linda, even though she's not handicapped.
Bad knee Linda.
She's bad.
But soon to be on the road to a good knee.
She has a handicap sticker, so we'll just say she's handicapped. But she's killing it. She's got a little bit of everything going on, emotions, physical, everything. But she's still helping. Nothing slows her down. Boshy's working. Mike's working. Chase, shout out to Chase. His son's going to daycare. This is his first week at daycare.
Okay.
So first full week in the workforce again.
Without being on, paternal leave?
Yes. He's out with paternal leave.
Yeah.
I'm just, first of the month is always bills, invoices, and property management.
Yep.
But closings this week and relistings, and we're offering a lot to the market.
That's good.
Yeah, we've kind of stepped up our marketing.
Okay. In what way?
Not marketing, more branding of who we are, what we do, and we have really attacked social media.
Okay.
Because that's everybody loves our social media. We always get great feedback on social media.
Mm-hmm.
Facebook, Instagram, Snapchats are my main ones.
Yep.
The guys use TikTok. Once TikTok was gone, I was happy because it's got one less thing to worry about.
Yep.
But it's back, and they're doing TikToks. But the community sees us a lot on there, and they love our posts. So not overload too much on posting, but really just posting what we do throughout the day, how we're helping,
right,
and what solutions we're providing.
Gotcha. Well, I took an opposite direction. I deleted my X, my Twitter, and my Facebook apps yesterday.
So you still have Snapchat? Or just YouTube, because you're going all in on YouTube
I haven't been on
podcast.
Snapchat. I don't even know how long, so I'm sure I still have an account. I
did see you on Instagram. I was like, I wonder if I can send Matt this. Probably not. He won't check it.
Well, so I'm making a rule now. Like, if I'm going to look at it, I have to do it from like my laptop.
Oh, okay.
I can't look at it from my phone, so I wasn't keeping myself accountable. So I just deleted.
And when's the last
apps.
time you checked the Downtown Fitness account?
I check those every day.
Oh, okay. The Downtown Fitness one?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
On Instagram?
I check. They're both linked, so I get all my messages in the same deal.
Cool.
Yeah. So,
Nice.
But yeah, it's nice. Like, it's weird though. Just like last time, whenever I quit that stuff for like a year, first couple of days, like I'm just grabbing my phone and like just staring at it. It's like, what are you gonna do? Nothing. Nothing. But it's just that habit that starts building. So I don't like when I get dependent on a phone specifically for mindless pleasure, just scrolling.
It's hours and hours and hours.
Well, the scroll never ends if you're dedicated to try, but you won't be able to see what's going on around you.
Great way to put it. The scroll never ends.
Yeah, so I went the other way. That's why I got Ian. He takes care of my social media stuff.
Shout out to Ian.
Ian Lubert with Quake Digital. Graphic design.
We got a big listing coming up. We're going to hit him up for it.
Yeah, I'll be excited to see his drone skills.
His work. Mm-hmm.
Be cool.
Yeah. And what else are we building? What else are we working on?
Right now, this week I've
talk about the race.
I'll say elbow deep in the race stuff. So I had a community meeting last Friday, and me and some people, we divvied up sponsors, just with past sponsors and people we think we might be able to get a foot in the door with. So we divvied those up, who's taking what, and what businesses.
And what race are we talking about, man?
Talking about the Capital City Race, the 2025 Capital City Race in Jefferson City, Missouri. It's Saturday, May 10th. And the race is a 5K, 10K, and a half marathon route around the lovely historic Jefferson City. And for those who venture to the half marathon, you get to cross the Missouri River Bridge and then venture across outside of Jeff City.
And it is a venture because it'll kick your butt.
Yes, it's not an easy race. But the race is meant to raise mental health awareness, largely due to my friend Jared Palmer, who passed away, lost his battle with his mental health and substance abuse. So he left behind 2 beautiful little children. And So half the proceeds we raise go to the kids' education, and then the other half goes to the Cole County Treatment Court here in Jefferson City, which helps kind of basically give repeat offenders in drug, DWI, veterans, court programs. It basically gives them a last-ditch effort to stay out of prison and to potentially have a felony on their record.
Woo.
Yeah. So that's near and dear to my heart. I was a graduate of the DWI court program. After I got out of rehab, I got lucky enough to get accepted into that program. Otherwise, I would have been doing 5 years and a felon. So got into that program and saved my life, honestly. So.
And you still preach about it? You still go to the meet? You still attend?
Yeah, I go to the graduations, and if I got time, I swing by they do weekly check-ins and stuff with the judge and the treatment court team, all the participants. So they're a big promoter of my race, so like I said, half the proceeds we raise go to the treatment courts. That's, in the years past we've done, we paid for some of the events where they host their graduations. So one year they had it at the amphitheater.
Oh, sweet.
So we covered the bill for that. We've had
I didn't know that you did that. That's cool.
Yep. So then we also had Josh Buffington come speak to the team, like a professional speaker.
Yeah.
Just kind of letting them know that just because where you're at now is not where you want to be. Just kind of giving them some hope for the future. Just because this is where you are isn't where you need to stay or where you necessarily are going to stay.
Yeah.
But just it's a mindset thing. And. Me and Josh go back, and I've helped him out in some tough times, and he's been there for me. And then not just him, but his kids, his family. they're very special to me. So just we do stuff like that for the team. Whoever we think can help. Some of it costs or covers some of the costs of like just the entry to get into the program.
Yeah.
Because some of it requires legal fees and stuff like that. So. Honestly, it's just whatever they need help with, they reach out to me, and I usually help.
And this will be the third annual race, which Chris Wood would say after the third time, it's tradition.
Yeah.
So we're starting an awesome tradition, and it is the only half marathon race that Capital
City's ever had.
Yep. So huge chance to get in. Me and my family always join it, and as Matt knows, I'm the pace leader for the
stroller division.
Stroller division
over 40.
For the 5K stroller division, I am the pace leader. I hold the record because I don't think anybody else does it. So I'm in my own bracket.
In your own zone. You're in your own zone. So this week's been busy. Just boots on the ground with sponsorship stuff. My goal is this week to get through all my sponsors that I got on my list. Which is quite a few, but a lot of them are repeat. So people I know personally, and so it's just a. And
the race is in May.
Second weekend in May 10th.
Second weekend in May. We always have a beautiful morning for that. And if you haven't seen the Capitol in the morning and the river and all that, it's a beautiful event. So thank you for putting that on.
Well, it was
something lovely we look forward to.
Yeah. So what kind of gave me the boots to do the race was, so when my friend Jared initially got sick and ill, I was freshly sober and trying to rebuild my life, which basically meant I didn't have a lot of expendable funds to help. So whenever he got sick, he wasn't working, he didn't have any insurance and all this, so. He didn't really have the funds to get help or, professional help that he needed. So me and my pledge class kind of chipped in and tried to just help out with whatever we could in terms of finances. And, some people were a little bit better off than me. So I had to kind of think outside the box. So I did a GoFundMe page, and I ran 20 miles a day every day for the month of February.
20 miles a day.
Yeah. So in that process, I ran 539 total miles, 539.6 if we're being exact. Raised over $11,000 for him. So he was in treatment at the time, and every morning I'd get up, like I'd be leaving the house at 4:30 to get to the YMCA, and at the Y, because usually I prefer to run outside, but that month we had 12 days. The city was shut down. The town was, just from snow and ice. So basically I had 4 days where I ran outside, and the rest was on a treadmill, which I wasn't trained or prepared for.
On a treadmill.
So I don't know what was harder, the actual running or the mental torment of just staring out of a glass window for 2.5 hours a day.
Just a little hamster going away.
Yeah. So, but yeah. So, anyways, we were talking every morning. I'd FaceTime him, and we'd FaceTime him as I was driving to the Y, and you know, he was getting better, and he just thought I was doing this for mental health. You know, just for mental health awareness. He didn't know what I was raising it for. And then on the last day, whenever I finished it, I was talking to him and told him. And next thing you know, he's crying, I'm crying. We're both crying via FaceTime. You know, so it felt good. And that was kind of the time when I thought about doing the race. It was like an idea that sparked, you know, because they had a reporter that was asking me what I wanted to do next. And I was like, well, I hadn't really thought about it too much. I said, but I would like to maybe bring a race to Jeff City that's, you know, about mental health awareness and substance abuse. And, you know, just how much they're kind of one and the same. And then unfortunately when Jared passed, that kind of gave me the legs that rekindled that idea.
It was a sign.
Yeah.
So I know putting it on any event is huge. There's a lot of work. Takes an army. 2 years in a row now. What's your favorite part of the race? The one you can the one that just gives it to you.
Over. The day that it's over. No, I mean, what I enjoyed about it...
Because you're counting all the money you got.
Well, right? I don't make $1 for it.
So you know what I'm saying? All the money you get to donate, you're counting.
Yeah. Yeah, no. Well, I mean, like you said, there's a lot of work that goes into it and a lot of this and that. It started on day one of, Googling how to set up a race. You know, so it started from scratch, legit scratch.
Yeah.
But it was the process I knew was going to be hard. I knew it was going to be challenging. And so for me, the exciting part is, and from year to year, it gets a little bit easier just because the path is a little bit more paved for you. You know, you just kind of know what to expect. But that first year especially was just the fear, the anxiety.
Oh, you can see it in your face when we started the race.
There's a lot. I pride myself on doing good work. So I will do everything I can to make sure that happens. And sometimes, as we know in life, things just happen.
Yeah.
Unexpected things, unplanned on things. It's not about those moments. It's about how you react to those moments. You know, so I was telling somebody the other day, just planning the route alone, it was third grade all over again. When you take the book report up to the teacher and she just pulls out the red marker and it's just all over the page, you know, and gives it back all right, try again, come back when you're ready. You know, because I had a route that I usually run. That's, each of those distances. So I was going to just do that. Well, turns out that doesn't work. You don't just get to run whatever route you want and just make that your race route. The logistics of the JCPD helping out, and then you got to have public safety, and I learned a lot in a very short period of time and just going through that process. So thank God for Sergeant Andrew Lenart, JCPD. Love you, big guy.
Yeah, you guys are awesome job with that race.
He is 100% in support of this race. He thinks what we're doing is a great thing, that more people need to hear it. And the message for this race is to kick that stigma of, you can't talk about your mental health or you can't talk about yourself struggling, because we know people that we would have loved to have came to us and told us about what was going on.
The one conversation we missed out on.
Because they're not here anymore. Jared was one of those to me. Chris Wood was one of those to us, you specifically. But he would sit with me for hours and just, try and plan in the route, because if you think about it, 13 miles, just drive 13 miles. It takes a minute.
Yeah.
And that's depending on how fast you're going. Well, now we're talking about running over a very large distance and this has never been done before, so there's no blueprint.
Yeah.
There's no hey, go off of this, go off of this.
You are the blueprint.
There was nothing. So, yeah, I learned a lot. It's super overwhelming, but I made sure, in the process, I surrounded myself with the smartest people I knew in entertainment and organization and, all the different aspects of it, photographers,
Yeah.
just all the little things you don't think about, T-shirts and what kind of ribbons you want on the medals and, all these little details that, you just overlook until you sit down and start working on. They're all right, what do you want to do with this and this? And it's and they're just a standard thing that they're well, you can do whatever you want. So a lot of planning, a lot of effort, but
just moving it from the back of the Capitol to the front of the Capitol.
Yeah, first year, that was... So we were supposed to always be on the south side, but one of the Capitol Police guards year one didn't get the memo.
Oh.
So he's running us off. So we had to move. Yeah. So anyways, we moved stuff last minute. Again, not how you act in the moment, but how you respond. But yeah, so anyways, we got everything moved where we moved everything to the north side, and then about 15 minutes later, after we get everything done, the guy's like, "Well, I guess you guys are clear to be down on the south side." It's just like, but yeah, so but yeah, so there's so many interesting aspects of just the race planning process. From year 1 to year 2, year 2 to year 3, you just see the in the stress.
Seeing all the booths now, like
Yeah.
the sponsors out there.
Yeah.
Shout out to all those companies that
We
are
got some
setting up
great
for that.
sponsors. We've already got our title sponsor locked up, Missouri Behavioral Health Council, MBHC, and they're awesome. Yeah, they're 100% support of us and what we're doing and the message we're pushing.
So how do you continue to work with your mental health?
Before we started, I came from the Y, did a little treadmill and sauna. Got my workout in between my 6 and 8 o'clock appointments. So I got a little hour workout in. Yep, that's the best for my brain. And outside of that, just been spending a little bit more time with my dog. He had a little bit of an accident out at the farm over the weekend, so his hind legs aren't really working great. He's struggling. He can't really do what he's used to doing. You can kind of see it on his face, but he ain't a quitter, so he's still trucking. But
how long have you had Carlos?
So I got him about a year after I got sober. Yeah, so he's been with me for about 4.5, almost 5 years.
Okay.
Yeah, actually 5 years.
That's a kid, man.
Yeah. Well,
that's a family member.
He's more than that, man. He saved my life. Like he was like, whenever I got him, or before I got him, I was, free. I was a free man without a license, without a vehicle, without a spouse to have. There was no vehicle in my house. Like, there's no, I don't live with anybody, so you're free, but I was getting an Uber to work. I was getting an Uber home at night from work, and that's kind of what I did. If I was lucky, I could get someone to pick me up for an AA meeting before I had to go into Madison's. So it was a pretty lonely existence, just, you get home at night and kind of reminds you of all the shit you used to do back whenever I was drinking. And I had a relationship, pretty serious relationship in that house. Remodeled the house with that person, and it didn't work out. It was pretty ugly. So it just brought me some bad memories. I didn't really like being home because I couldn't stop thinking about the past that had happened there.
Yeah.
And that's kind of what got me running. Just like, well, I've got a pair of shoes and I can go out this front door and I can just see
Forrest Gump
what I need to do. And yeah. So it started with that, but yeah. So I was in a pretty lonely spot. Like it wasn't good. I'll be honest with you, it was bad. And I'd been looking at the animal shelter and just seeing, I'd been kicking the idea around, but it's a big responsibility. And again, I don't have help at home, so it's just me. So I was working a lot with Madison's. So how's that going to work? But took a leap, and man, he's been the best thing ever, Mr. Carlos.
And he got kind of hurt at the farm.
Yeah, he got a hind leg issue. So he hurt his he hurt his right hind leg about a month ago, and then he hurt his left one.
He's too fast. That boy's fast.
Fat, maybe.
Fat?
No, he's not fat. He's a strong dog.
He's big boned.
He's got hip dysplasia, so it's pretty common in bigger dogs, and he's a pretty wild individual, so he hasn't helped his cause much, but he's taking it easy, just got to make sure when he sees the squirrels outside, he doesn't freak out like he usually does. But it is what it is. But what about you? What are you guys working on?
Well, the mental health side of things, always a thing, and being a spouse, parent, on top of that, on top of my being on my own, that's kind of the order I take care of things. Myself, my wife, kids, family, then business. Not that it's way over here. It's just I can't get to that point until this is taken care of.
Make sure your house is taken in good order.
And then my kids, Irie, Jacob, and Marley. Then we got nothing but emotions. Yeah. So I have to always be prepared for that. But we've started taking the route of self-care seriously with Stacy. She's doing yoga. Yoga helped out a ton when I did it 2 years ago. I think it was. It really changed my life on actually just focusing and not overthinking and controlling.
Being present, maybe.
Being present and controlling and balance.
Yeah. Well, if you're not, if your head is somewhere else, you're gonna have a tough,
at all
you're
the
gonna
time.
have a tough hour yoga class.
Yeah. Yeah, so that yoga helped because it would take me like 45, 50 minutes to finally lock in, and then the class was over.
Yeah.
So that taught me a lot of being present, hear your breath, and take it to your body, take it in and all that. So learning that habit, bringing it into business, how I respond to my children. We've decided not to react with our children. Because that's all they're asking for. Like,
right, they want to see. They're poking the bear. They're poking the bear.
Watch this.
Now, have you and Stacy talked to the kids about mental health, or just kind of explained that whole concept to them?
I don't think we have. No, not to a serious level. Just they did live through, and they were there with me for the Chris's funeral and all that. So we couldn't really tell them what happened.
Yeah,
he just passed away. So that's a great note to take. We haven't really talked about that.
Well, and I only asked this, I don't have kids, so I don't know. And the other one is, like, I know with Allison, the mother of Jared's kids, their thing was that daddy was sick, and he died from his illness. They're, at the time whenever it happened, I mean, they were young. It was, 5 and 4, maybe 5 and 6, something like that. So just the explanation of death, and then maybe how it leads to death. You know what I mean? Like, because it was a very tough subject to bring up with Allison, because I had to, I was talking to her about kind of what we had planned for this event.
Yeah.
And I wanted her to get her okay, her approval, like how we word certain things. Like, I made sure she got a copy of everything that had Jared's name associated with it to proof it before we published it. And there were some changes that she wanted moved, nothing major, but enough that if the kids read this, it needed to be worded differently.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, so it's a very fine, line, because I don't know, I know how I feel about Jared's passing. I feel pretty, I don't feel great about it. It's terrible. One of the harder things I've had to process.
Absolutely.
Especially with me just being, recently sober. Whenever all this happened, it was kind of an eye opener for me, like a self-realization, like, where are you at? Are you in a good spot? Mm-hmm. Even if you think you are, you can probably be doing more. So with him, it was, I was very careful with her, but I knew ahead of time, like, I want your A-OK on all of this stuff before it goes out, because once it goes out, like, this is happening.
Yeah.
And we're going to try and take care of the kids in the process and make, your guys' lives a little bit easier if that's possible.
Yeah.
So, that's the only reason why I asked, because I know what she told the kids when that happened. I was just curious if you guys had a chance to do that.
The mental health we deal with them is, Jacob is sports. So competitive, eye of the tiger, just loses it, and it's like, man, like, you get another chance. But again, he's 8, turning 9, so still, it's all about, at that age, you're just really trying to teach them how to use their bodies.
Yeah,
learn your bodies. Yeah, create habits, create good habits.
Good habits. Yeah.
Not getting angry habits, because that was me.
Yeah. Same here.
I'm watching myself all over again. My daughter dealing with relationships is kind of more of helping her protect that, because all the characters that show up, or all the individual personalities, that's what I'm trying to say. All the personalities that show up every day, depending on how they were treated the night before, how they woke up, what they had for breakfast, how much Powerade or Prime the kids have drank since before school starts, and I feel bad for the teachers. I don't feel bad for them, but it is a tough job for them, because they get 15 to 30 kids, and you don't know what personality you're going to get out of them. So letting her know that, again, not everybody's perfect. Not everybody's raised differently.
Right.
So just be nice, be honest, be truthful, do the right thing.
Yeah.
But don't be mean, and have manners.
Yeah.
That's kind of how we've raised all 3 of them. And our Marley, our youngest, she's just a sweetheart, man. She's just our heart, just walking around. And like when she starts crying, her eyes are just big brown eyes and her lip, and it is like, no, please. It's the saddest thing you've ever seen. But a lot of emotions at 4 years old.
I can imagine.
So we let them all out.
Yeah. Don't cage those emotions. Let them.
Yeah, and then again with us, emotion, like you said, you hugged it out with him, and you guys cried. I'm emotional daily.
Yeah.
You know, it's worth crying daily. You know, yesterday was my Irie turned 12, and it was a picture of me that I'm holding her up like this when she was months old. We were at a wedding. I remember exactly where we were at, and I was just emotional.
Yeah.
That it's been 12 years and that's all happened. And my little girl, she walks out, first time seeing her, because I'm getting ready in the morning. We're rushing, and I see her face, and she's got mascara on, glitter on her that just looks like that little doll face that I love. And I'm just like, what's on your face?
Get over here.
Yeah. No, but she grows up. You can't stop it. So you just got to be there for her.
Hang on for the ride.
Yes.
Hang on for the ride.
Hanging on. And mom, hell, I couldn't do it without mom. So shout out to Stacy.
Shout out moms.
Yeah. Shout all the moms.
Shout out moms. You guys create all the people.
All the moms.
You guys birth all the people. That's a pretty big accomplishment.
Very true.
No, I tell all my dance moms and all that stuff, like, I don't know if you guys, I know you guys don't hear this enough, but what you guys do is unbelievable. Like just the amount of dedication, just all of it.
Talk about mental health. My goodness.
I know. That's what I'm saying. I just got to deal with me and a dog. Like,
yeah.
And that's a struggle most days, you know?
Yeah.
But no, I've been, and that was the thing too. Like before I was sober, like I didn't really feel emotions. Like I was just kind of just numb and just present, you know? Not really.
This was your only
not
emotion
really
was
experiencing anything. Just kind of, just hovering over life. Just not really taking anything with me, you know? Just there. You know, and now, like, since I've been sober, like, you know, emotions get unlocked, and, you know, be watching something or not watching anything, and then all of a sudden just get blasted with just this tidal wave of emotion. Next thing you know, I've got, you know, tears and, you know, like, what is happening?
Carlos, don't look.
Well, no, they're not, you know, like I said, it's not planned, and I'm not, you know, at the point now that I'm feeling emotions, like, I don't hold them back, you know, I appreciate them now, that because before, like, I don't remember any emotion, good, bad, I mean, nothing good, you know, a lot of bad, you know, but as soon as I do, like, the dog knows it, he walks up and he winds up putting his head right underneath my elbow, and he's right here just licking my face, like, and that's him, like, getting up across the room, like,
Dang.
seeing me, so, like, it's unbelievable how they know.
They know.
Yep. Dog and God backwards.
Yeah.
Same thing.
That's lovely.
Yeah.
We lost our little dog this year. No, last year. It's going to be a year next month. Oh my gosh. Royce, we had it for 15 years. So that was our first kid, you know.
Yep.
And it was, of course, towards the end, he was just an old man.
Did you name him after Royce Clayton from the old St. Louis Cardinal?
No, Royce Gracie.
Okay.
One of my first favorite.
Hoyce
Gracie. One of my first favorite masculine dudes that I was like, man, this dude's stepping up to anybody.
And the best part, he was the most feminine out of all the Gracies. That's why they put him out there first. Because Hickson was like he was the...
I didn't know that.
Oh, yeah. I've got 2 books on Hickson you can read about. Really good books. But yeah, no, they put Hoyce out because Hickson was, you know, 225, 6, you know, he looked like a fighter.
Yeah.
Hoyce, he takes his gi off and you're like, what? This guy's going to... You know, and he was only like 160 pounds. You know, he wasn't an overwhelmingly big guy, but that's what they wanted. They wanted just an average-looking dude to go in there against all these killers and just slowly tap him out or put him to sleep, whichever they chose, you know.
I remember doing one of his moves on my dad when me and my dad would wrestle.
Yeah.
I gave my dad such a bad cramp. He was like crying, yelling. But that's where I heard, of course, it reads Royce, but it's Hoyce.
Hoyce.
And Brazilians, but that name always stuck. I knew my first son was going to be either named Royce, but I also knew my first kid was going to be Irie, and it worked out pretty cool.
Yeah,
all my childhood dreams have come true with my family. It seems like,
and your life, right? Business is good.
And my life. Oh, that's beyond a dream. The connections we have here, it's just worth it.
Yeah,
we're in our 40s. Are you in your 40s?
Mm-hmm. As of January 25th.
That's right. We're in our 40s now, and we've lived. I mean, that's a long time to have a body.
Yeah.
Be in this suit, you know.
Your meat wagon.
Yeah.
You only got one.
More than ever now. Glad to have you here too, because I'm taking. I finally get it. You know, like I have to take care of my body.
Yeah.
So it's nutrition now. It's not just food and beyond. It's definitely fuel, but nutrition.
Yeah.
And really paying attention to what goes in, how much goes in.
Yeah.
And then what do you do after that? And
well, and the other thing too is like, what we were talking about the other day about was this your second cheat meal on Saturday?
Mm-hmm.
Was your second one this past Saturday?
Yep.
So just go ahead and tell how that went.
So I'm starting
Were you super happy
part of the slow carb diet.
With your cheat
slow carb diet. Shout out to Tim Ferriss. We talked about him last time. But we do get one full cheat day a week where you can do whatever you want. So we had Irie's birthday party on Saturday, so it turned out fantastic. Saturday,
ice cream and
cookie cake, ice cream cake, shell for the cake. Before that, we had pizzas, Doritos. So it was a pizza and then Doritos in the middle by another pizza slice. That was my sandwich.
What did we call that?
What did we?
We called it the Guido sandwich.
Yeah.
Has to be Italian, so.
Yep, pepperoni and spices were on there. So that was the first cheat day. I was like, I'm seeing results immediately. So my body's adapting to let's not cheat too bad. It was pancakes. But now we had a full breakfast. I had 2 coffees, 2 cappuccinos. Sunday was awful. Sunday was sugar overload.
From Saturday?
It was, from cheat day. And it's just, your body knows that quickly.
Well, and the other thing too is like, so you know how you felt on Sunday.
Mm-hmm.
So like, where's your inspiration at to repeat what you did Saturday again?
So to do it again,
is that something you would be willing to redo again?
Not to that extent.
Way,
no,
knowing
sir.
how you felt on Sunday.
No, I might limit it to just pancakes and cappuccinos.
Yeah,
and then just continue with.
Well, and you realize like once you do kind of get your cheat meal and you just go crazy all the way around, and then you feel terrible for a whole day because of those decisions. Like your body just both mentally and physically are both going to start like leaving you these little reminders, those cravings like that you had last Saturday. Like this coming Saturday, it's probably not going to be the same tidal wave of just let's go do this thing. Because
it reminds me now, like my behavior is different now because back in the day I just do those quick diets and quick workouts, and all right, it worked, but this is just so good.
Yeah.
Go eat eat all the chips at the Mexican restaurant.
Right. Get the queso.
Dip it with the kids.
Get the queso and the salsas.
And the rice, the pounds of rice you get, and the margaritas. And that wasn't even. I had a shot of tequila, which is my favorite alcohol. No alcohol. That. So it's learning a lot at 40 about protecting this and making sure it lasts.
Yeah. Well, and like I said, now that your body's clean. And then you introduce that wave of sugar, your body does not. I mean, it just goes to show you what sugar will do to how you feel daily.
Yes.
So that's my biggest thing is everyone's like, well, low carb, low fat. What do we need to do? And it's like stay away from the sugars. Like the sugars are what's killing people. Really.
And how easy it is to drink your sugars.
Oh yeah.
With the coffees, and I started with 2 16-ounce caramel lattes a day.
Right.
Then I went down to 12 ounces. So I was like, man, that's a lot of milk I'm getting rid of. And then I went down to just the cappuccinos now. And then part of this diet is just black coffee, which never in my life did I think I'd be enjoying black coffee.
Well, if it's minus or 44 or 48 mile an hour gusts outside, you might be happy to have a cup of tall black.
Actually, I am gonna. It's still small though. We still keep it small. Americanos, and that's enough that I need to get me through the second part of the day. Yeah. Now I'm not taking them in the mornings. Now it's no sugar in the morning. Mm-hmm. Bring it in the afternoon and just get that little jolt.
Yep. Yeah, I blast the black coffee a lot.
A couple of times a day.
Yep.
Part of it's oil. It's oil. You got to keep your pistons moving.
Well,
right?
if you can, if they support water and black coffee during a fast, I feel like I can do it when I'm not fasting.
Yes.
But yeah, I probably have
Oh, you did just go through a fast.
Yeah, I did a 48-hour fast, and started with just making it a 24 hours, and then if I could do that, then I was like, well, then we're going to do 48.
You feel the difference?
Yeah, I feel like my body kind of got a good little cleanse, kind of detox everything and kind of reset baseline.
And do you just look at scale? Do you just look at mirror? Or do
I don't
you
own
pinch
scale.
body fat?
I don't look at the mirror very often, and I don't really test my body fat. I know what I'm doing.
Because that's what we're stuck on. That's what we're addicted to. Reporting back to that number or seeing what it looks like or what's this number say, because that's how we've been trained.
How are you basing off your scale weight whenever you're doing workouts too?
Yeah,
so you're not just running.
So nowadays
you're getting stronger while you're losing body fat.
And now we go to like Supplement Superstore, do the test, get actual numbered results. We're like, all right, you lost fat, but you've gained muscle.
Yeah.
But you're at 194 still. Oh, wonderful. That's a huge accomplishment. You lost 4 pounds of fat.
Well, and I tell everybody this, like, even those machines at supplement superstores, like even the stuff that's on your watch or on your wrists, like, take those with a grain of salt.
Okay.
Because they're not 100% accurate. They're not always going to be 100% accurate.
Just guides. At least they're guides. Right?
Yeah,
Use them as guides.
That's why I tell people with a scale. I was like, 1 day a week, you hop on there. I was like, but if you're weighing every 15 minutes because you had an apple and then you had a glass of water, like, you're going to drive yourself crazy.
It's dangerous.
Yeah. It's like the same thing with my Whoop strap. It's like, some people are like, how did I bought that thing? How do you even, like, it's telling you to do this and telling you to do that. I'm like, there's suggestions. Like,
yeah.
I know what I'm doing every day. I don't need to look at my wrist to tell me that I did a good job. Like, did I run? Did I lift? Did I get the sauna in? Did I cold plunge? Yep. None of those things are going to hurt me. Mm-hmm. All those things are going to benefit me. So if I'm feeling down or sluggish or just not myself, I might look at it to see if, like, some of the indicators are my heart rate variability, like my respiratory rate. Like, if some of those things are out of whack, then it usually means you're about ready to get sick, or maybe you're recovering from being sick or something like that. And it'll just kind of reassure me, like, okay, I'm not just, this isn't in my head. I'm actually, body temperature is hotter than usual. Like, all the indicators of getting sick or recovering from being sick.
But here's the reaction. I'm gonna use this example as a reaction. Well, Matt, you're already skinny. Matt, you're already fit. You already have a 6-pack. It's so simple for you, but it's taken you how long of commitments every day caring about yourself?
So, I mean, I've been dedicated to fitness pretty much my whole life. Mm-hmm. Like, through sports, it was just required.
Yeah.
Through wrestling, it was definitely required. And wrestling, arguably one of the more disciplined sports that a person can go through in high school, grade school, high school. You have to be disciplined on your diet. You have to be disciplined on working out in the morning before school. You have to be disciplined working out 3 hours after school. You have to be disciplined in going to school and it's dark. You have to be disciplined to come home from practice and it's still dark. So you're basically living 3 months in darkness, and then you're not eating based off of the nutrition we knew at the time. We were just not eating, as opposed to like what we know now, where you should have been eating like little things throughout the day to keep you going. But anyways, just that discipline on repeat times since 3rd grade. I mean, it's just kind of developed. My dad was a hard worker. He expected a lot of hard work, so that's what we did, And in doing that, it was a lot of manual labor. So we were always doing stuff like that. But for me, like, I don't do all the stuff that I do every day to look great. I don't. That's just a side effect of all that work, So for me, it is a discipline. It is a dedication, because if I stop doing the things that led me here, where does that take me? It's probably going to take me backwards. Mm-hmm. Okay. And I don't have time for that. So that's my message. You just got to do it. I mean, I'm not doing it to impress anybody, but check boxes in my head that I have on a daily task list. The power list.
That's the way to get it done.
Yeah. And
even if you have families, kids, jobs, just one small thing a day will lead to the next good thing. It'll just compound.
Well, and if you're busy with life, work, and kids, you can always wake up an hour earlier.
No,
And I hate when people have a complaint about that.
Who wants to do that? Yeah.
It's like, well, nobody does. But, like I said, yesterday I was up at 4 a.m., had to be here by 5, and that started my day. And I didn't get done until 7:30 that night, So, I mean, it's a choice, but if you're not going to make that choice, then you can't really complain when you don't see the results. That's how you change your life, is one step at a time, but repeat that same step over and over and over until it becomes just a muscle.
And I want to I want to do that because that's the secret. It's just boring over and over and over.
Yeah.
Not to look a certain way. Like,
do you know how many days a week I don't want to run?
Yeah, every day.
Every fucking day, man. Like, there's days where I hurt and I don't want to lift, but I do it anyways, But that's what defines you from everybody else.
Yeah.
Because how many other people would, a little sore. Like you, for example. My calves. I can't go run today. My calves are sore. Did boxing yesterday. I can spend that time at home with the kids. Well, but then you're going to be sitting there with the kids thinking about how you should be running right now, and now that you're not because you made an excuse that you now regret, now you're sitting at home upset at yourself while trying to put a smile on with your kids, and Stacy's like, hey, where are you? You're not present.
Yeah.
You're somewhere. Where are you? So those are the things I need to do to be in a good headspace to do the best work that I can, whether that be with clients or my family or whatever. I think that just brings out the best in us.
And that's an incredible day.
Yeah, that's a good day.
To be able to do all that.
Because guess what? I'm lucky to have today.
Yeah.
So are you.
Absolutely.
If I'm lucky enough, I'll get tomorrow.
Yeah. And I'm in a career where you can make your own schedule.
Yeah.
I don't have to start at 8 a.m. I can start at noon.
Yep.
Realistically. But no, again, to separate myself and try to be a leader and a role model, I run
you got to be at your
team
best.
every day.
Yeah.
Every day. So this is great for my mental health.
Good.
Always talking to you.
Lovely, lovely.
Yes.
All right. Well, this is Matt Chinn.
Gerardo Cornejo.
Not So Perfect Podcast.
Find us on YouTube and everywhere else. And we're actually excited to talk to everyone. And
don't forget to hit that subscribe button.
Yeah, subscribe, like, and share.
Yeah, that's right.
We actually said it. Matt, thank you very much.
Cheers,
sir.
brother. Peace, guys.
Peace out.
Killed it.